Alright guys, welcome to the video. Thank you for watching. Let's take a look at the latest gaming and PlayStation news, rumours and leaks. So Black Myth: Wukong has undeniably become one of the most talked about games of 2024, gaining massive traction both in China and globally. Developed by Game Science, a Chinese-based studio, the game has sold impressively well, with over 20 million units sold to date, establishing itself as a major player in the action RPG genre. However, what's got fans excited now is the prospect of new content, specifically the upcoming DLC. According to industry insider Daniel Camilo, a consultant specializing in Chinese gaming markets, the DLC for Black Myth: Wukong is slated to release around the time of the Chinese New Year in 2025. While Camilo didn't provide an exact date, the festival falls on January 29th, 2025, suggesting that fans may only need to wait a few more months before diving back into the world of the Destined One. What's more intriguing about Camilo's prediction is his conservative outlook, though, on the DLC's sales performance. Despite the main game's brilliant success, Camilo predicts that less than 20% of the players will actually go ahead and purchase the DLC. He attributes this to several factors, including the game's challenging difficulty level, which might have discouraged more casual players, and the fact that the initial novelty of the game, especially amongst the Chinese gamers, may have worn off. Camilo goes on to say that the game is challenging and many of the people who bought it in China are not hardcore gamers. This speaks to a broader issue that some developers face. Creating a game that appeals to a wide audience can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, you've got rich storytelling, stunning visuals, and intricate combat of Black Myth: Wukong, which attracted millions of players. On the other hand, you've got a very steep difficulty, a steep learning curve, and that may limit how many of those millions will continue to invest in the future of the game. It's also worth noting that while Camilo's sources are reliable, he acknowledges that plans can always change in the gaming industry. Game Science may have internal roadmaps, but as is often the case, release dates can shift as development progresses. Not much has been revealed about the upcoming DLC, but a recent leak suggests that fans might get to either fight or even play as the Bull King, an exciting prospect for anyone familiar with the mythological source material. With the game already facing some controversies, primarily around the difficulty balancing, it's worth keeping an eye on how Game Science handles this additional content. Interestingly, despite these concerns, Black Myth: Wukong continues to be a bestseller, even topping the PlayStation Store charts in August for the PS5. I can't wait to play the DLC, can't wait for it to land early next year and play that on my PS5 Pro. It should look fantastic. Okay, let's move on. GTA 6 is one of the most highly anticipated games people are looking forward to from within the gaming industry. When this game comes out, it will make the news all kinds of reasons all over the world, as it often does. However, according to former Rockstar technical lead Obbe Vermeij, the studio has the luxury of taking its time with development, and for good reasons too. Vermeij, who's worked at Rockstar North over 15 years ago, took to Twitter recently to share his thoughts on GTA 6's timeline. He believes the game could be in development up until early 2025 before being locked in for release. Vermeij doesn't have any insider information per se. He left the studio over a decade ago, but he makes some very compelling arguments. According to him, GTA 6 will likely sell for at least 10 years, similar to the ongoing success of GTA 5, which has now spanned over a decade across multiple platforms. Because of this, Rockstar is in no rush to release GTA 6. They want to ensure that GTA 6 is perfect before launching. Regardless of the trailers or the hype, they want to make sure this game is perfection. And in all honesty, that's okay, right? After all, we want the biggest game to ever come out to be pretty much flawless and perfect on launch, just like we got with Red Dead Redemption 2 when it came out back in 2018. It was flawless. What makes Vermeij's perspective interesting is his take on the PC version, which he speculates might not even arrive until 2027. While GTA 6 will almost certainly be released only on consoles, we think that's the case, it's only coming to consoles, it makes sense that Rockstar would hold off on the PC version until after launch to maximize the hype for its eventual debut in a couple of years' time after the original launch on the consoles. PC gamers have historically had to wait for Rockstar titles, as seen with GTA 5, which came out onto the PC years after its initial console release. While some fans have speculated that Take-Two might pressure Rockstar to release the game sooner to capitalize on the hype, Vermeij doesn't think that this will happen. He goes on to say that Take-Two lets Rockstar make their own decisions, adding that there's no reason for that dynamic to change. The core idea here is that GTA 6 is completely in a league of its own. They're untouchable. And while other open world games are on the horizon, if you can command the same level of attention or sales power that the GTA 6 game will attract when it's released. GTA 5 set a precedent for long-term success thanks to its continuous updates and the hugely profitable GTA Online mode. Similarly, GTA 6 is expected to become a defining release for the entire gaming industry, not just for 2025, but for many years after. Remember, the best place to play GTA 6 will be on the PS5 Pro. That's where I'm going to be playing it, and I can't wait. Okay, moving right along. So Battlefield fans have long been waiting for the franchise to return to its roots, and it seems like the day is finally on the horizon. EA have been building anticipation for the next installment in the Battlefield series, although details have been scarce until now. Vince Zampella, the head of Respawn and now also overseeing Battlefield, recently revealed some concept art for the game alongside confirmation that it will be returning to a modern day setting. For many fans, this announcement brings back nostalgic memories of the Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 eras. These two titles are often considered the peak of the series with their tight, modern combat gameplay and large-scale battles. Zampella himself acknowledged this during an interview with IGN, explaining that this next game is aiming to recapture the magic of those earlier titles. He mentioned that both fans and development teams look back very fondly on the days when Battlefield was defined by its modern warfare scenarios. One of the most notable changes in the upcoming title is the return to the 64-player format, a hallmark of classic Battlefield games. More importantly, Zampella confirmed that the highly controversial specialist system introduced in Battlefield 2042 will not be returning. While the specialist system was an attempt to innovate and evolve the class system, it ultimately didn't resonate with the core Battlefield fanbase. It didn't fit, Zampella admitted, adding that the classes are at the core of Battlefield and that the team is committed to bringing that back. A shift back to a more traditional Battlefield experience comes after the somewhat rocky launch of Battlefield 2042. I mean, it's a bloody disaster when it launched. I remember I bought it and I haven't gone back to it since the opening week. Maybe I should, because it's had lots of updates, but I was so put off by it, I just stopped playing it. Although the game eventually improved with post-launch updates, it was initially criticized for its bugs, lack of content, and the divisive changes to gameplay mechanics. Zampella made it clear that the development team is determined not to repeat the same mistakes. The goal for the next Battlefield game is simple: to make it great from day one. The team has already begun weekly internal playtests and plans to open public playtesting next year. This signals EA commitment to ensuring the game is polished and ready to meet fans' expectations, something that was a clear issue with 2042. There's also been chatter about single-player content returning to the Battlefield franchise, which could mark another welcome return to form. Historically, Battlefield campaigns, particularly in games like Bad Company 2, were beloved for their engaging narratives and varied gameplay. So it will be interesting to see how EA integrates single-player into the broader scope of the franchise moving forward. That said, there are concerns that EA's broader strategy for live service games might creep into the Battlefield experience, especially with talks of ads being integrated into AAA games. Listen, the day they introduce adverts into AAA games is the day people stop playing those games. That will never happen. It will not happen. For now, fans can hold on to hope that the next Battlefield will be a return to former glory. Well, I used to love Battlefield games back in the day up until 2042. So I bought that game, played it day one, stopped, haven't gone back since. So I'm hoping the new entry into the Battlefield set of games really does deliver and it doesn't disappoint, because Call of Duty needs a good competitor. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on today's video. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and I'll catch you on the next video.